We all have hobbies, random activities that we do for fun, and we all have the reasons we got into them. One of my most impactful hobbies, literally and figuratively, is parkour. And I'm going to talk about how I got into it. Let's go. When I was 6 years old, we got something that would always be in the family, a trampoline. My brother, sister, and I loved to jump on it, but just for fun. When I was 7 was the first time me and my brother tried front flips on the ground. He got a lot closer than I did. It wasn't until around 6th grade when I was randomly playing on my trampoline and doing these weird side flip, backflip things onto my stomach. And then one of the times, I accidentally did a real one. And I was like, what? That's crazy. So 6th grade logic kicked in, and I was like, why don't I try this on the ground? Seemed like a smart idea. I'd heard of other kids trying it right after they learned it on trampoline. Luckily for me, I somehow made it over my head onto my knees. Word started to get around, and one recess I even had these 2 girls chasing me around calling me ninja. I remember they thought a kip up was the coolest thing, which if you've done it before, it's about as easy as getting out of bed in the morning. Actually, getting out of bed is way harder. A few months go by, and one of my brother's friends, we'll call him Fried, he said I should do a backflip right now on the ground. And I was like, shoot, I can't do it on command. And then my brother had this revolutionary idea. We should land these on our feet. And I was like, definitely. So I did what any millennial looking to learn something does. I Google searched it. And I discovered on YouTube that the secret was to tuck into a ball. Wow. So I tried it, and it worked. And soon enough, me and my brother could both do it. And then something wild happened. I kind of started really liking this girl, and for some reason, I thought that if I trained all summer and got really good, I could impress her when school started. Looking back, it didn't really make any sense. She probably didn't care at all. But the important thing is it got me into training, and then I started to fall in love with parkour. It was going really good. I learned some really cool tricks, and we even found this amazing gymnastics gym to train at. Eighth grade was definitely the worst year of my life. I wasn't allowed to be in PE, which was hard because I found a lot of my identity in athletics. The only good thing that happened that year was I grew a foot taller. I was kind of super depressed. I only had one real friend that I hung out with, and that was also the same year that I happened to get bullied. We're chill now though. And overall that year, it was just really hard to focus in class for a couple reasons, but one of them was I couldn't stop thinking about training again. I somehow managed to injure both of my knees 4 times in the next year and a half. Even when it was doing better, it still hurt a lot, especially in car rides. When my knees were bent, I couldn't stretch, and it felt like they were just getting smashed. But one day I was going on a walk in my yard, and my knee was feeling a little better, so I started jogging, and it didn't hurt, so I started running, and then I started almost full-on sprinting. I was so happy. I haven't been that happy in so long, and it really felt like a Forrest Gump moment. And from there on, it just got better. I got to high school, found more people to train with, including this super inspirational guy we'll call Lucky. And for the next 4 years, that's what it was. Just constant progress and getting better and lots of positivity. And I met hundreds and hundreds of people in Seattle and Corvallis and Bend and all over. It was incredible. And it was around college when I stopped though. I got injured a couple times, and I decided it was time to focus on other things, set my priorities, you know? And that was around that time I found music, and I really didn't train at all for 3 years once college started. And I kind of missed training, but not enough to do it again. But then I went to the Middle East in 2018, to Jordan, for study abroad. And I connected with this Jordanian parkour group. And a lot of them didn't speak English, and I didn't speak Arabic very well. But we had this thing in common of both doing parkour and being passionate about it. So I met a ton of people there, and I realized how much parkour changed my life and how much it made it better. And I had missed it. And I thought about how connected you were to places all around the world just because of the sport that you did. And then I got back to Oregon and I started training way more. Senior year, especially near the end, was kind of depresso, but parkour helped get me through it. And after that, I started going to once-a-month trips to Nadenov Gymnastics with St. Helens Parkour, who I'd met in high school. And after that, there's this cool guy who does parkour. He started setting up these mini Salem jams, and I started going to those once a week. And I didn't realize how transformational those were. But I started learning the more parkour side of it, less flips. And I was tracking my mood with this mood tracker for 6 months during that time, and I was actually able to see how much happier it made me. And that was really cool. And you know, I'm injured now, but I can still recognize how much parkour has changed my life. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. Until next time, peace.